Mwah! Greetings and salutations, everybody. I am Charles Dickens, the 19th century's answer to Stan Lee. Today we are here to talk about my most famous story, A Christmas Carol, which I later revised for Hollywood as the Muppet Christmas Carol. Who can forget this classic holiday tale, chock full of warm, fuzzy characters like Kermit, Robin, and Michael Caine? And speaking of warm and fuzzy, it is my honor to introduce our host for today's celebration, Nina West.
Well, thank you, Mr. Dickens. I am a huge Muppet fan, and it is an honor to be here today as we celebrate 30 years of the Muppet Christmas Carol. Now,
Yeah.
Gonzo, we have quite a show for you with a heavily populated program planned. So let's get right to it and introduce the main cast. What do you say?
Absolutely. Go for it.
All right, here we go. First, playing long-suffering bookkeeper Bob Cratchit. Please welcome Kermit the Frog!
Yeah.
Hello, everybody!
Next, as long-suffering Bob Cratchit's even longer-suffering wife, Emily Cratchit. Give her the welcome she deserves, Miss Piggy!
Yeah.
You look beautiful today, Miss Piggy.
Oh, thank you.
Now, as the Cratchit's short but nobly suffering son, Tiny Tim, please welcome Robin!
Yeah. There he is.
Hey, everybody.
And of course, playing Charles Dickens and the world's greatest plumber, it is the great Gonzo!
Woo! Hey, wait a minute. Wait. Who's Gonzo? I'm Charles Dickens.
Gonzo, and that's just a part you played in the movie.
Well, nonetheless, you may call me Charles, or if you prefer, Chucky.
Chucky.
I'm pretty sure Dickens didn't go by Chucky.
Nina, just ignore him and keep going.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
All right, Kermit, we'll start with you. Now,
All right.
this really is your very first time playing a super dramatic role.
Excuse me, but why are you starting with him? Have you ever noticed they always start with the frog?
Well,
Huh?
I'm sorry, Miss Piggy.
well, yeah, it's okay, Nina. You can start with Miss Piggy. It's fine.
Okay, let's start over. Okay. Miss Piggy.
You
I'll
can't start with me.
Why not?
I'm not speaking to you. That's why.
Why? Wait, you're not speaking to me? Why aren't you speaking to me, Miss Piggy? This is
Tell her that's not the only reason.
She says that's not.
I
the
heard
only
her,
I thought
Kermit.
so.
I heard her. So what's the other part, pig?
Tell her it should be obvious she's not wearing a dress with Ma's picture on it. I mean, what's with that? Huh? Why you?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, Miss Piggy. I'm sorry.
I said I'm not speaking to you.
It is a nice dress.
Thank you, Gonzo. Thank you. Now, well then let's try this. Okay, Kermit, go with me on this, okay?
Yeah.
Would you please ask Miss Piggy what it was like to play such a serious role as Emily Cratchit?
Okay, sure. Miss Piggy.
I
what was
heard
it? Of course you heard.
I took the part because moi loves a challenge.
Yeah.
Especially one that has Oscar written all over it.
I mean, you've won a few blue ribbon prizes, but I don't think you've ever won an Oscar.
Yeah.
Ha!
County Fair.
Don't rub it in. Besides, great actors like myself always rise to the level of the great performers they work with.
Well, thank you, Miss
I
Piggy.
wasn't talking about you, weirdo. I was
Okay.
talking about Michael Caine.
Oh.
Yes, Michael Caine.
Tall guy, British accent?
Yeah, that's him.
My dad sort of felt like he did the Muppet movie, Great Muppet Caper, Muppets Take Manhattan, and he really didn't know where to go next with a Muppet movie. And then, of course, having having him no longer with us, and now we don't even have him thinking, well, what are we going to do next with the Muppets? We were really scared and careful, and what we realized by really embracing Christmas Carol and really creating a whole new world that wasn't our world, but has the Muppets in it and has the actors, that we could do something very fresh and different. And then we really fell in love with it.
We get to see Gonzo at the center of this film. And so how did that really take this for you as the person who provides Gonzo's spirit and soul?
Well, that didn't feel too different because he's always in the middle of everything anyway. So that, in a good way. But that didn't feel too different, and so I was happy to do it. But I love the other dimension that it added to his character, because he sort of started out as an outsider, and then he became an enthusiast, and this was a third phase where he was soulful, and I really loved that chance. And these are all in his toolbox now. These are things that we can use when we use Gonzo.
I remember sitting down to write this story, this song for Scrooge. And I remember that the footage was going to be that we saw Scrooge's feet as Scrooge comes out of the door, and you don't really see him. You just see until the end of the song. You pan up and you see Scrooge. You see Michael Caine as Scrooge. But as he's walking along, he's splashing in the mud and the like, and all these little creatures seem to get colder as he goes by. And the way that I wrote the song is I had read the Dickens novel, of course. I read Jerry Jules' brilliant script. I had conversations with Brian and the like, and I knew what the basic storyboard of the character, whatever. But I went out and I sat down in a park with a little tape recorder, and I basically said, Big Amigo, creative force, whoever's up there that would like to participate in this, I'm going to write this song. You know what it's about. Let me know when you have an idea.
We have 2 months before we ship to London. And I had no sketches. I had nothing. I'd been working round the clock on dinosaurs. I'd made a costume for, I think it was Gonzo and Rizzo for the pitch.
Right.
So we had talked about the period, so I sort of knew the period. So I walk into the workshop, and God bless the head of the workshop had hired a whole staff for me, and they're all sitting there. It's like little baby birds in a nest. What are we going to do? So I thought, okay, I know the period. All the male puppets are going to need a shirt. So I photocopied from my costume research thing a shirt pattern, and I said, okay, everybody start making shirts, pulling fabrics out of their drawers. That bought me maybe a day or two, So then I started photocopying actual costumes from, the clothing, and assigning them to characters. So then they would at least have patterns to work on.
So many fans love When Love Is Gone, and we wanted to do something special to celebrate it, and we have a very special guest here to perform it for you today. Please welcome Disney legend herself, the voice of Ariel, the amazing Jodie Benson.
The love is gone, the sweetest dream that you have ever known. The love is gone, the love is gone.
It feels like Christmas. It feels like Christmas. Thank you all for being with us today, and please let's hear it for the Muppets!